Ethel, dear. Oh, I'm so glad you came in. I'm so depressed. I've just been to the most heavenly concert. You know how miserable music makes me, to the artist in me, I suppose, crying for expression. I absolutely suffered. I wish you'd been there. Madame Flattone was the soloist. You know, she sung all over Europe by special request. Yes, she's done Europe. Now she's come over to do America. When she came bouncing on the stage, I thought I'd collapse. You remember Nellie Brady, who used to sit next to you in school. Her mother took in washing, and her sister Fanny, well, my dear, I'm not one to repeat gossip, but they do say that Fanny, oh, yes, oh, you knew about her, oh, yes, of course, well, my dear, Madame Flattone is nobody on earth but our old friend Nellie Brady, but such a change. And the dress she had on, not so much on as off. One narrow strip of black velvet between her and the inevitable, and her jewels, my dear, she was all lit up like the night before election. She had a rope of pearls on as big as mothballs. Don't ask me where she got them. Well, I wouldn't say that, dear, although I did hear that when she sang abroad, the King of Switzerland was most attentive. He taught her to yodel, and she introduced it into the Swiss cattle song from William Tell. It's a sweet thing, all about a wandering goat calling to its mate with two flutes. Well, Nellie yodeled for a full minute without coming up for air. She's an artist. Her voice? Well, personally, I didn't care for it, but her gestures are good. Her tessitura was unusual, and I've never heard a more thrilling pizzicati. But frankly, I didn't like her upper register. My dear, that reminds me. Two awful men sat behind me, and they were discussing her voice, and one of them remarked, register. The only register she's got is a cash register. Oh, my dear, they were most annoying. Nellie sang that lovely, lovely thing of Chopin's, songs my mother taught me. When she got through, that dreadful man said her mother was a darn bad teacher. My dear, I just turned around and gave him one look. I said, you don't know what you're talking about. Madame Flattone is an artist who will go far. He said, stop her if you can. She's gone far enough. When I think of what those poor singers have to go through with, I'm glad I gave up my career. Oh, my dear, yes. If I hadn't married Arthur, I'd hate to tell you where I'd be today. Oh, I don't mean what you mean. No, a singer I mean. Why, when I was Nellie Brady's age, we had the same waist and bust measurement. And look where she is today. Only last year I had the most flattering offer to go into opera to play Marguerite in Faust. But I wouldn't accept it. Why? Well, our family has always been respectable. And Marguerite, I know, dear. She didn't know the world, but one must draw the line somewhere. I did dash off the dual song at the Oddfellows' benefit. No, dear, I didn't do the whole opera. Most of Faust is not suitable for a mixed crowd. After the concert, the imperial potentate said to Arthur, my dear sir, it's a crime you don't allow your wife to express herself. And Arthur said, whenever she feels the urge to express herself, she can burst into the kitchen and fry eggs. Oh, my dear, I was crushed for days. You're right, Ethel. Men are brutes. All of them brutes. But do we love them? I yodel we do. Oh, don't run away, what? Your baby has a whooping cough. Oh, my dear, it's catching. Hurry along, Ethel. Goodbye.